This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. Past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap.
But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome in to another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. 4 shows in one day. That's how we roll. That's how we get down. Higher is waiting. Low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. Yes, indeed. Here, and let me show you the thumbnail for this evening because, y'all, we got some things to talk about. This broke about 2 hours ago, ladies and gentlemen. Here, let me take down this banner here so you guys can see the full thing. Make no mistake, this was a warning to Good Morning America, GMA, Live with Kelly and Mark, The View, Townhall, GMA 3, World News, May from Year 2020, Nightline, and any and all employees of ABC, Disney, and the Walt Disney Company. Best believe that. So ABC, does Disney own you, or does the government own you? Jimmy should be on TV. That's where we are on a Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen. Sheila Williams is here, by the way. Shout out to the 4 people that was just here. You're not free at all. Freedom of speech means nothing. Whenever Taco says something, the cowards fold to his will. We must always continue to fight. Absolutely. With that being said, let's get to it. Higher is waiting. Lower is available. But either way, we are live on tour. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me, everybody. Welcome in. I'm going to show you something live right now. And I want y'all to see this, right? I want y'all to see this. Now, this is WDW Pro's channel. Now, I'm going to just scroll right here. This is his live chat right here. This is what you get for being heartless. This news made my night. Once Colbert got canceled, we all knew it was going to be a matter of time before Kimmel was going to get canceled. I'm surprised how fast he did. Not really canceled. Yeah, definitely. Hang on, where is it? I got to go all the way back up. Sorry, y'all. Because I want y'all to see this chat. I really, really do. I really, really do. Because, like, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So much for the First Amendment. Thanks to our fascist in chief. Fully agree with that there. Yeah, indefinite hiatus. But Kimmel knew his contract wasn't going to get renewed. Don't let the big door hit you where the good Lord splits you. Top story of the night could happen to a nicer guy. This is what happens when you lie to the nation after somebody was publicly executed. Right here, sadly, that thumbnail is wrong and implies that this smuck is too sorrowful about all this ding dong. Kimmel is fired. It's no longer left versus right. It's humanity versus insanity. Very well said there. So those are just some of the comments, right? Just some of the comments. And here's the thing, right? Now, I'm going to do this live, okay? I'm going to do this live because This is ridiculous. To celebrate somebody's downfall when this is a public news story is quite ridiculous. It's quite ridiculous. It is quite ridiculous to me, because at the beginning of the day, these people that honestly had nothing to do with nothing. This is a public story. I'm sorry that WDW Pro and his people do not like what's happening, but it is what it is. Somebody asked about powings. How many powings have there been in the United States? And Charlie Kirk said with or without gang violence, and then it happened. And I just read today that the text message said that that person was fed up with Kirk's hate, and that there's some hate that cannot be tolerated. That happened. You cannot get upset with people because they are reporting the facts. You can't. You just can't. So here's WDW Pro's channel, 196,000 subscribers, 103,634,867 total views. Now, WDW Pro has the right to say whatever he wants to, but let's go over to Jimmy Kimmel's channel. Okay, let's just go over to Jimmy Kimmel's channel, okay? Because this is what I'm talking about. Now, if you don't like somebody, you don't have to like them, but child, let's look at these numbers right here, okay? 20.7 million subscribers, okay? 13 billion. 39,218,936 views. Like, bruh, stop it. All of y'all stop it. So you mean to tell me if somebody has a difference of opinion than you, then condemn them to hell? So the First Amendment has to be on the side of what y'all believe, and nobody else can have the right to their opinion. Is that what we're doing? Give me a moment, because we're going to do math time. We're going to do math time. We're going to do math time. Because this is ridiculous. We're not doing this shit. No, we're not doing this shit. We're not. We're not. Jimmy Kimmel is a comedian, okay? Stephen Colbert is a comedian. It seems like the only show that WDW Pro and the right likes is Jimmy Fallon, because he don't deal in politics. You have the right to push out a narrative, but you also don't have the right to push out that narrative and negate somebody's past. As that preacher said on Braylon's Virtual Tour Live, because I played the clip here, just because you died doesn't unrectify how you lived. What are we doing here? And Jimmy Kimmel is postponed indefinitely? Like, ABC, do you not realize that you have commitments to those advertisers? So now what are you going to do? Right? I'm just asking a question here. So give me a moment while I do this, y'all. We're gonna do math time live because this is ridiculous. No, we don't got time for this. And yes, I'm going to be petty. I do not give a fuck. Not here, not there, not anywhere. Y'all, for those of you who don't know, late night shows have a staff around 200 people. So all those people's checks are gone because people are upset about somebody else having a difference of opinion. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All this civility that's being asked, I don't remember on January 6th that WDW Pro nor any of those supporters of the president asked for any civility. I don't remember when kids marched for their lives in Florida that they were asked for civility. I don't remember when a car went through a crowd of people and the president said there were good people on both sides that there was asked for civility, or any of the black people, minorities, indigenous people of color that were unalived unnecessarily that WDW Pro and the president's supporters were asking for civility. I don't remember that shit at all. And like I said, I ain't got nothing against WDW Pro. You have every right to your opinion. Your panel and your panelists got their right to their opinions. And to everybody on that side, right? Y'all have the right to have y'all opinions. But also, too, nobody should lose their job when the First Amendment should be for everybody. And ABC, what the fuck is wrong with you? So y'all just gonna suck the president's dick off, huh? so y'all can still have a license. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Chop. This don't make no damn sense. Child, listen. I'm about to do math time. Give me a moment. I'm just getting the numbers together because this is ridiculous. We're not doing this shit tonight. Oh, no. We're not doing this shit tonight. Because this is just wow. This is where we are. And ABC, I said what the fuck I said. And Disney, I said what the fuck I said, okay? Y'all, and this is the thing that people got to understand, because one of my good friends, Michelle, said, you really want to work for these companies, but yet you have opinions on them. This is what I do as a media commentator. They make decisions publicly. I got the right to talk about them publicly. You do good, I'll talk about you. If you do bad, I'll talk about you. But either way, I'm going to talk about you. Give me a moment. Because we're about to do math time on this. This don't make no damn sense. Because WDW Pro and all those supporters are looking like thirsty toxicity over there, okay? It's not cutesy. It's not very mindful. It's not very demure. Let's talk about it, child. This don't make no damn sense. Okay. Don't worry, I'm going to pull up the articles and everything, y'all. I just got to prove this point. Because this don't make no damn sense at all. At all. At all. Hopefully your Wednesday night is going well, everybody. And don't worry about me, y'all. I can handle myself. Don't you worry about that at all. Because what? Because I'm able to call out the other side. I'm going to be chastised. Lies you tell. Every time somebody tries to throw a bazooka at me, it's a boomerang comes back on them, child. Don't at me. Know your role, stay in your place, and drive your speed limit that you've been told to drive with. Okay, that's why I need there. Let me download this here. And I'm going to show y'all the numbers because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Like I said, I don't like doing math time, but sometimes you got to do math time to prove a damn point. Here we go. And like I said, when the news happened, I mentioned that Charlie Kirk passed away, right? And I said that was a horrible incident. But at the same time, he does have a past. Like, it is what it is. Why can't those two things be true? There used to be a point in time where right is right and wrong is wrong. Do what you say you're going to do and honor that. If you don't have the best to give in terms of your resources to give it, doesn't mean what you don't have inside you doesn't matter to people. Like, really? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing? I can't. Let me show y'all the numbers here. Let me show y'all the numbers here. Give me a moment. And hey to the 6 people in the room. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. So since WDW Pro wants to tag and drag Jimmy Kimmel, let me show y'all this here. These are the actual numbers. Y'all can do this yourself real quick here. Okay. Here it is here. WDW Pro subscriber count 196,000. Jimmy Kimmel Live, 20,700,000 subscribers. Total view count for WDW Pro, 103,634,867 total views. Jimmy Kimmel Live, 39,218,936 total views. A difference of 20,504,000 subscribers and a difference of 12,935,585 585,069 total views. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Sir, the person you're talking about is helping you get a YouTube check. Are you kidding me? Let's not do this shit. Now, I ain't got nothing against him because I do think WDW Pro produces some good content, but he or she who has not seen cast the first fucking stone. Let's not do that shit. A channel that is bigger than you is helping you get a YouTube check. Listen. He's a public figure. It comes with the smokers, Florentin. That's it. Now, with that being said, let's get to these damn articles. Okay. Here we go from Variety.com, child. Variety.com right here. ABC pulls Jimmy Kimmel live indefinitely after host Charlie Kirk's comments right here. Here we go. Disney's ABC said it would take Jimmy Kimmel's popular late-night show off its schedule indefinitely after one of the biggest owners of TV stations in the United States, Nexstar Media, said intended to preempt airings of the program following remarks the host made about the illing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Nexstar said Wednesday that strongly objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the illing of Charlie Kirk and replace the show with other programming in its ABC affiliate markets. So like I said, the advertisers have already bought airtime for Jimmy Kimmel Live. So now ABC Disney could be held liable. And also, too, guess what? There's a fee to air Jimmy Kimmel Live as well that the stations have to pay. So that means you could be liable for not holding your end of the bargain. But yet y'all the smart ones, though. Let's keep going. In his monologue Monday night, Kimmel said that the MAGA gang was trying to score political points off of Kirk's murder. Kirk, a prominent conservative activist, was pounded and ill September 10th at a debate at Utah Valley University. 3 days later, authorities announced that they had arrested the suspected power. We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang trying to characterize this kid who illed Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, Kimmel said. He also poked fun at President 47 in response to a question about from the press about how he was mourning Kirk's death after 47 pivoted discussion of the construction of a new White House ballroom. That happened. He literally was asked a question about Charlie Kirk and then pivoted to talking about himself. So you upset with Jimmy Kimmel because of the words that the president said and because he commented on a public story sincerely. So the First Amendment don't matter no more? Is this what we're doing? That's why I made the title of How Sway, How Free Are We with Speech? That's why I put the title up there, because what the hell is this? And y'all know I was going to talk about this shit. I was going to wait till tomorrow. Oh, no. Disney's maneuver is likely to further inflame American partnership over the assassination of Kirk. The activist is viewed as a hero by many, and several prominent conservatives have called for any critic of his work to be silenced, no matter how nuanced the argument may be. Child, it's a public story, okay? It is what it is. Now, you can ask us Florida, you can ask Sheila Williams, you can ask Justine Battle. Ever since the story has came out, I have not celebrated Charlie Kirk's passing. Have not. Because he has a wife and kids. But also in the same token, he also has a past, and I have the right to cover his past, just like I have the right to talk about this story that is public. It happened. It happened. It happened. Seriously. Okay? Let's not do this. Okay. Now, there's been a lot of destinations we've went to where I could have celebrated, hee-hawed, yippee-ki-yayed, and everything in between. But I always give love, grace, and space because he or she who has not sin cast the first stone. And since I can't cast it, and since you can't cast it, since we can't cast it, we all should shut the fuck up. Ask Justine Bow, ask Sheila Williams, ask us Floritan about every destination that we've covered here. Okay? We've done 10 seasons of this damn show. 10 seasons from 185 episodes a year point of view. 5 seasons from a 200 episode point of view. Now, have every take been on point? Probably not. But have I done my research on every damn destination? Absolutely. Have I thrown down in every destination? Absolutely. Have I been about my purpose on every tour? Absolutely. My job is to bring you the highest destinations that y'all are traveling to. And I try and make sure every tour has sunshine and rainbows, right? But in the same token, where there's rain and lightning, I'm going to guide you through that too, to let you know that everything is going to be A-okay. All right? So, just keeping it a buck, okay? Just keeping it a buck. Just keeping it a buck, all right? Because this don't make no damn sense at all. At all. Okay. It's viewed as a hero by many, and several prominent conservatives have called for any critic of his work to be silenced, no matter how nuanced the argument may be. Some liberals have taken issue with Kirk's stances, pointing out to extreme stances he has taken. Yeah. When you're a public figure, you are subjected to criticism. That comes with the territory. Representatives for Kimmel cannot be reached for immediate comment. Nexstar wasn't the only party weighing down Disney. FCC chairman House Hen Carr, because he's just a hen going off and doing whatever, is not in accordance to what they want to believe in. So House Hen Carr threatened earlier on Thursday to take action against ABC. After Disney's decision was revealed, he said he wanted to thank Nexstar for doing the right thing. In a statement on social media, local broadcasters have an obligation to serve the public interest. While this may be an unprecedented decision, it's important for broadcasters to push back on Disney programming that they determine falls short of community. Well, I don't think saying that Black people are thugs and criminals is of community. I don't think saying George Floyd is a scumbag is of community. I mean, shall I keep going? Shall I keep going? Shall I keep going here? Sincerely. I just don't get it. I don't think saying MLK is awful is bringing community either. So as long as you're bringing community to your side, do what you want to do. But if you do something wrong, you can't be criticized for it? Okay. Nexstar is in the midst of trying to acquire another large TV station on Techna Incorporated for $6.2 billion, a transaction that requires the approval of the FCC. A spokesman declined to comment on whether that pending deal played a role in the company's decision-making. No matter Nexstar's motivations, its decision to preempt Kimmel will have significant ramifications for Disney ABC. Nexstar owns or operates 32 different ABC stations and is strong in markets including New Orleans, Salt Lake City, and Nashville. Without true national distribution, ratings for Kimmel would sink, and ABC would have a tough time justifying the show's current prices to advertisers. ABC generate approximately $76.6 million in advertising of Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2024, according to iSpot TV, a tracker of TV audiences and ad spending. So ABC generated approximately $76.6 million. $76.6 million in advertising. But yet, you're going to let House Hen Carr and Nexstar, who ain't even got a star, because child, to be real with you, they just acquired the CW, and it needs a lot of work. News Nation is rising, but it ain't holding for shit. And you mean to tell me you going to let the government and a broadcasting group tell you what to do, where without y'all, the government doesn't have an economy to run, and Nexstar can't pay their bills? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because stations also have to pay to air content from the networks. So if you're not airing content from the networks, that means there are consequences for you too, Nexstar. Y'all are really that smart, aren't you? You really are. You know what? This is why I say you. Congratulations, you played yourself. $76.6 million in advertising. $76.6 million in advertising, but yet indefinitely? So let me ask you this, ABC. You're indefinitely willing to give up $76.6 million in advertising. You're willing to give that up? You're willing to give that up? You're willing to give that up? And Bob Iger wants to fold Hulu into Disney Plus? And your parks are sucking ass? Are you serious? Oh my Lord, let's keep it going. My Lord. Free speech advocates found Kimmel's benching worrisome. Jimmy Kimmel is the latest target of the 47th administration's unconstitutional plan to silence its critics and control what the American people watch and read. Cowering to threats, ABC, the biggest owner of its affiliate stations, gave the 47 FCC chairman exactly what he wanted by suspending Kimmel indefinitely and dropping the show, said Christopher Andres, director of the Democracy and Technology Division at the American Liberties Union, in a statement. This is beyond McCarthyism. Disney's decision to take Kimmel off there also spotlights how frying traditional media companies have become in an era when the White House and the Federal Communication Commission pounce on individual reports with comments and legal pushback. President 47 in recent months sued both ABC News and CBS News for comments made by ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos and the editing of an interview with former U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris in 60 Minutes. In both cases, the companies agreed to pay multi-million-dollar settlements, even though legal cases were deemed to be quite flimsy by experts. In a different era, late-night hosts were more measured in their commentary. Johnny Carson famously kept his politics to himself while poking fun at whoever happened to be in the White House. In recent years, however, hot talk and political humor drives social media chatter and viral pass-along and ratings. Stephen Colbert's Late Show on CBS has been the most watched of the TV late-night programs, as the host followed the theme of comment on the latest headlines. For a good part of Colbert's tenure, President 47 has been at the center of them. Such dynamics may be positioned to come to an end. Paramount is getting out of the late night business and is canceling Colbert's Late Show in May, which just won an Emmy for Best Show at the Emmy Awards. I bet you Paramount is feeling really smart with themselves right now, said no one ever. While the company cited a downturn in advertising, there continues to be suspicions that Paramount's new leader, David Ellison, wants to tampen down political sniping and is eager to cater to a more conservative base. Disney has navigated these wars in the past, and in the late night host was left to sink. In 2001, Bill Maher told viewers during an episode of a different late night program, Politically Incorrect, that America had been cowardly in dealing with the rest of the world, and it could have been a factor in the terrorist attack on New York's World Trade Center that year. But ABC kept the show on the air, but advertisers began to talk. Politically Incorrect was canceled in June 2022. Maher will find success later with a new program, Real Time, on HBO. Okay. Oh my Lord, more news, y'all. More news. We'll get to this here in just a little bit. Right here from Deadline.com, FCC chairman warns ABC over Jimmy Kimmel comment about Charlie Kirk assassination suspect. You know I would. Oh yeah, right here. What's so funny about someone answering how they will mourn anyone insane? I agree. Absolutely, Ms. Z, because Ms. Z, you know me. As much as I have been through on YouTube, I have allowed, not like I can't allow, but honestly, I allow everybody to be who they are, right? But when it comes to right is right and wrong is wrong, I'm about it. When it comes to do what you say you're going to do from the resources that you have, I'm about it. When I say that, just because you don't have the best to give in terms of what is in you to give at that time doesn't mean the best that you have won't mean something to somebody. I'm about it. Okay, so let's keep going. Here we go, y'all. The chairman of the FCC is warning potential action over a comment Jimmy Kimmel made during his monologue on his ABC late night talk show about the suspect in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Watch Kimmel's comments here. This latest example of house hanging cars attacks on the content of traditional programming, traditional broadcast networks, even though the agency has said its authority over programming is limited. So even though the agency has expressed has expressly said its authority over programming is limited, even though the agency has expressly said that its authority over programming is limited. That's what the FCC said. Now listen, I take publicly available information, use as the foundation of reality, and I build out the tour from there. I take public available information. I just did with Nintendo, like literally not even seconds ago. I take public available information, use as the foundation of reality, and build out the tour from there. I take publicly available information, use as the foundation of reality, and build it out from there. That's what I do. Ms. Z will even tell you, ever since this story has come out, I have not celebrated Charlie Kirk's passing. I think it's horrible. Now his wife and kids don't have a husband and a dad. That sucks ass. It's disgusting and it's a tragedy. It is. Ms. Z will tell you. It's Florentine will tell you. Sheila Williams will tell you. Justine Bow will tell you. We have been to many destinations where I've went off on several motherfucking things, but I've always given love, grace, and space, but I've also handled my motherfucking ass business with the facts. The facts are the facts. We can't run from that shit, but we can be responsible for how we go about it. And pull up my fucking resume before you check my ass. I just did a live where somebody tried to say a lie about Melody Sheree. I'm like, oh, no, she did not do that. I handle my shit. Now, with that fucking being said, let's keep it going. Kimmel said on Jimmy Kimmel Live on Monday, we had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and with everything they can to score political points from it. On Tuesday, authorities charged Tyler Robinson, 22, and Kirk's Elling along with a series of other charges. Utah County Attorney Jeffrey Gray said that Robinson's mother said son had become more political and started to lean more to the left, becoming more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. Gray said that when Robinson's father asked why his son did it, Robinson explained that there was too much evil, and the guy referring to Charlie Kirk spreads too much hate. That's what was said. That's a fact. Okay? You're not going to get on to me or anybody else for reporting facts. Because at that point, to WW Pro and all the channels on YouTube, y'all might as well just shut y'all channels down at that point. Because if you don't like facts, you shouldn't have a channel. Did you get upset with Fox News when they report the facts as the facts? Did you get upset with One American News when they report the facts as the facts? Did you get upset with Newsmax? Did you get upset with any of the other outlets? And that's the crazy thing about conservative outlets. They say they're not a part of mainstream media, but yet they want access to stories, though. They want that check, though, don't they? They want that infrastructure, don't they? They want that power of social capital, don't they? Tell me where the lie is. Tell me where the lie is. Tell me where the lie is, and I am talking about the First Amendment in this live. I'm equal opportunity on everybody around here. Just look at my live streams. Equal opportunity on everybody. We talked about men, women, children, every race, color, and creed. I cover media, culture, and human interest stories from a Black perspective. But everybody's been talked about. Everybody has been speculating about the Pow's political ideology. Congresswoman Nancy Mace's child. The suspect was left leftist even before we even know who he was. Absolutely. I did not see that, but I take your word for it, my friend. Absolutely. In the days after Robinson was taken into custody, there has been rampant speculation on social media about the suspect's motives, with one basis theory that he was a member of the alt-right. On Sunday morning, Utah Governor Spencer Cox said on Meet the Press that there was clearly a leftist ideology with this assassin. The suspect was raised in a conservative family, and Gray told reports that this was a source of tension with his father. So Governor Spencer Cox, who's sucking on social cock, okay? So there was a leftist ideology, but yet the suspect was raised in a conservative family. Make that make sense to me, please. Make that make sense to me, please. Make that make sense to me. Somebody give me some toilet paper so I can wipe up the tears. Please and thank you. What the hell? What the uck? What the white dacity is going on here? I can't. Okay. All right. And here's the gag, right? I don't want Jimmy Kimmel to lose his job because those checks are connected to people, that those families need checks, just like I wouldn't want WDW Pro's channel to be terminated, right? Just keeping it a buck. Okay? I don't want nobody to lose anything. Have you seen the world today? And how everybody is losing something left, right, up, down, and center? We should be tired of losing. We should be about gaining. Don't you agree? Let's roll on. On Benny Johnson's podcast, called Kimmel's comments some of the sickest conduct possible. Really? Some of the sickest conduct possible, but yet you have Paramount cut their DEI initiatives in order for $8 billion deal for Skydance and Paramount to be made You had Paramount cut their DEI initiatives so an $8 billion deal from Skydance and Paramount could be approved. But yet that's the sickest conduct possible. Really? Okay. There are venues here for the FCC, so there are some ways in which I need to be a little bit careful because I could be called worldly to become a judge on some of these claims that come up rather. He added, frankly, when you see stuff like this, I mean, we could do this an easy way where these companies can find a way to change conduct or take action, frankly, on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. ABC and Disney did not immediately respond to requests for comment. In the interview, Carr suggests that he had authority over the programming content because broadcasters are held to a public interest standard. On Johnson's podcast, he said he wants to reinvigorate the public interest, and that's what people don't understand, is that the broadcasters are entirely different than people that use other forms of communication. They have a license that's granted, that they have a license granted by is at the FCC, and that comes with an obligation to operate in the public interest. Carr's comment got pushback from Anna Gomez, a sole Democrat on the FCC. She wrote on Twitter, an inexcusable act of political violence by one disturbed individuals must never be exploited for justification for broader censorship and control. This administration is increasingly using the weight of government power to suppress lawful expression. And it is doing so not because speech glorifies violence or breaks the law, but because it challenges those in power or reflects the views they oppose. We must stand firm against every attempt to silence dissent, punish satirists and government critics, and erode individual liberty. Abso-damn-lutely. Because media is the fourth branch of government that keeps the legislative, judicial, and executive branches in line. Not gonna play that House Hens comments. Carr later defended his remarks on Twitter Jimmy Blackface Kimmel's apparent outrageous conduct is the problem here, not the calling out of it. Now, really, you going to use Jimmy Kimmel talking about blackface, but yet, like I said, you had Paramount cut out their DEI initiatives for an $8 billion deal from Skydance, and Paramount go through? Really? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing here? Okay. And Jimmy Kimmel apologized. At least he did that. And guess what? When Jimmy Kimmel did, it wasn't cool at all. Good damn. Right here. Here's the headline. Powerful 47 goon directly threatens Jimmy Kimmel. Truly sick. You know, the fact that you would post a publication calling you a goon really shows you how big mad you are. The FCC on its website cites its limited legal authority. It refers to the provision of the Communications Act that says nothing in the law shall be understood or constructed to give the commission power over censorship over the broadcast communications or signals transmitted by any broadcast station. No regulation or condition shall be promulgated or fixed by the commission, which shall interfere with the right of free speech by means over the air broadcast communication. I'm gonna say that two more times here. But the FCC on its website cites its limited legal authority. It refers to the provision of the Communications Act that says nothing in the law shall be understood or construed to give the commission the power of censorship over the broadcast communications or signals transmitted by any broadcast station. No regulation or condition shall be promulgated or fixed rather by the commission, which shall interfere with the right of speech by means over the air broadcast communication. But the FCC on its website cites its limited legal authority. It refers to the provision of the Communications Act that says nothing in the law shall be understood or construed to give the commission the power of censorship over the broadcast communications or signals transmitted by any broadcast station, and no regulation or condition shall be promulgated or fixed by the commission, which shall interfere with the right of free speech by means of over-the-air broadcast communication. The FCC says on its website, pursuant to these legal mandates, the FCC has long held that the public interest is best served by permitting free expression of views. Pursuant to these legal mandates, the FCC has long held that the public interest is best served by permitting free expression of views. The FCC says on its website, pursuant to these legal mandates, the FCC has long held that the public interest is served by permitting free expression of views. I'm reporting the facts as we have them. Ladies and gentlemen, rather than suppress speech, communications law and policy seeks to encourage responsive counter speech from others. Following this principle ensures that the most diverse and opposing opinions will be expressed, even though some views or expressions may be highly offensive. Rather than suppress speech, communications law and policy seeks to encourage responsive counter speech from others. Following this principle ensures that the most diverse and opposing opinions will be expressed, even though some views or expressions may be highly offensive. Rather than suppress speech, communications law and policy seeks to encourage responsive counter speech from others. Following this principle ensures that the most diverse and opposing opinions will be expressed, even though some views or expressions may be highly offensive. There are constraints on broadcasters, the FCC notes, including indecency, obscenity, commercial content, and children's programming, and broadcast use distortion. The FCC typically launches investigations against a broadcaster after receiving a complaint. One group in particular, the Center for American Rights, has been filing FCC complaints over broadcast content, whether it be biased at broadcast news divisions or on late night TV. For his part, Carr has kept open investigations, including a complaint against CBS News over the way that 60 Minutes edited an interview with Kamala Harris, as Skydance needed FCC approval for its merger with CBS parent Paramount Global. It agreed to hire an ombudsman to take complaints over CBS News and got rid of Paramount's DEI initiatives as well. Even though Paramount had previously called 47's lawsuit over 60 Minutes interview meritless, until he agreed to a $16 million settlement, a move that was followed that was followed a couple of weeks later by regulatory approval. On the Johnson podcast, Carr seemed to suggest remedies for ABC or ways that they could avoid a lengthy proceeding. Look, there are calls for Kimmel to be fired. You can certainly see a path for suspension over this. Again, the FCC is going to have remedies that we can look at. We may ultimately be called to be a judge on that. 47 has been a frequent critic of Kimmel, predicting that he will be the next late night host to have a show canceled after CBS dropped Stephen Colbert's signed financial concerns. Ari Cohen, lead counsel for tech policy at the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, said in a statement the FCC has no authority to control what late night hosts can say, and the First Amendment protects Americans' right to speculate on current events, even if those speculations later turn out to be incorrect. The First Amendment protects Americans' right to speculate on current events, even if those speculations later turn out to be incorrect. The First Amendment protects Americans' right to speculate on current events, even if those speculations later turn out to be incorrect. Subjecting broadcasters to regulatory liability when anyone on their network gets something wrong would turn the FCC into arbiter of truth and cast an intolerable chill over the airways. Carr himself previously acknowledged that the FCC's authority is narrow in 2019. Wrote on Twitter, should the government censor speech it doesn't like? Of course not. The FCC does not have a Roman mandate to police speech in the name of public interest. I know you lying. So this White House hen right here tweeted this on Twitter in 2019. I know you lying. In 2019, he wrote on Twitter, should the government censor speech it doesn't like? Of course not. The FCC does not have a roving mandate to police speech in the name of the public interest. In 2019, he wrote on Twitter, should the government censor speech it doesn't like? Of course not. The FCC does not have a roving mandate to police speech in the name of public interest. Okay. Let's keep it going. Earlier this week, Attorney General Pam Bondi received backlash, including from some commentators on the right, after she appeared on Kate Miller's podcast and said the Justice Department will go after those who engage in hate speech in the wake of Kirk's killing. We will absolutely target you, go after you if you are targeting anyone else with hate speech, anything that is across the aisle. She said the First Amendment has no carve out for hate speech, but Bondi later clarified her remarks. Give me one moment, y'all. Hang on 1 minute, y'all. That was one of my people. Had to make sure they were okay. Yes, indeed. So, yes. All right, let's keep going, everybody. Hate speech that crosses the line into threats of violence is not protected by the First Amendment. She wrote on Twitter, it's a crime for far too long. We've watched the radical left normalize threats, call for assassinations, and cheer on political violence. That era is over. Let me just say this. Not everybody normalizes threats. Not everybody calls for assassinations. Not everybody cheers on political violence. I've been live streaming for 3 damn years on YouTube. Not one damn time have I ever normalized a threat. Have I ever called for an assassination? Have I ever cheered on for political violence? If anything, I'm more of a uniter than a divider. If I ever gotta be a divider, it's to be a divider to say what needs to be said. Because shit has went too fucking damn far. Okay? Let's keep it going, everybody. This don't make no damn sense. Right here we go. Jimmy Kimmel pulled indefinitely by ABC after Charlie Kirk comments here. There will be no more Jimmy Kimmel on TV for the foreseeable future after late night host offered his take on the reaction to the fatal powing of Charlie Kirk. Watch Kimmel's comments here. Jimmy Kimmel will be preempted indefinitely, ABC spokesperson told Deadline today. Following the FCC chair weighing in earlier Wednesday, the sudden dropping of Kimmel comes mere minutes after Nexstar axed his late night show on the 32 ABC affiliates it owns out of 200 stations throughout the nation. Nexstar owned and partnered television stations affiliated with the ABC television network will preempt Jimmy Kimmel live for the foreseeable future, beginning with tonight's show. Said the company in a statement Wednesday. I was about to say in a statement on Wednesday, rather. Nexstar strongly objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the ending of Charlie Kirk and will replace the show with other programming in its ABC affiliate markets. Known for his Prove Me Wrong debates and MAGA POV activist, Kirk was powed dead at Utah Valley University on September 10th in a tragedy that has sent shockwaves through the political and media world. Having previously mocked 47 over his poet's take on the NFL and TikTok, Kimmel offered his blunt assessment on the aftermath of Kirk's passing. In his opening monologue on his September 15th show, we've hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang this week trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk and had as anything as one of them and doing everything they can to score political points. From the host said, watch it here with the Kirk section and Kimmel on 4-year-old 47's reaction starting at 2-minute point. I will not play that because for one, I don't know if they took it down. Also, two, when you do that, you gotta cut it out because the networks and the streamers don't understand that content creators review their content so that way they can rise up or rise to top, lifts all boats, but they don't understand that. But that's neither here nor there. Reps for Kimmel did not respond to Deadline's request for comment on the shuttering of Live, whether this is a suspension that sees Kimmel back on late night indefinitely for ABC or with possible legal action. This is the end for the Hollywood Boulevard film Live remains to be seen. What is known is that Kimmel's September 15th remarks on Kirk's death were actually not the first time the ABC host spoke of the terrible power and its impact on the country. Instead of the angry finger pointing, can we just for one day agree that it's horrible and monstrous to pow another human? On behalf of my family, send love to the Kirks and to all the children and the innocents who fall victim to senseless pow violence, Kimmel wrote on Instagram September 10th, just hours after the fatal powing. He gave love, grace, and space to that. My Lord Jesus. So two things can't be true. So it can't be a public story, but you also can't give love, grace, and space? What are we doing here? No stranger to controversy and divided America, the Emmy-winning Jimmy Kimmel Live has held the late night for ABC since its January 26th, 2003 debut. Rather ironically or not, considering today's news, the Matt Damon-obsessed Live actually was born out of the network's cancellation of Bill Maher's Politically Incorrect in 2002. In the early days of the War on Terror, the now HBO host rebuked accusations that the 9/11 terrorists were cowards, as the Al-Qaeda operatives were characterized by some in the Bush administration. The fast and harsh backlash saw advertisers flee politically incorrect in droves, and its demise was set. In 2025, with polarization and political violence on the rise in the country, as the death of Kirk and the fatal June powing of top Minnesota Democrat Melissa Hortman and her husband, marked by the conservative-leaning Vance Buller horrible displays, the divisions in America took on a form not seen since the 1960s. Racism has never really went away. It's just evolved, sad to say, but true. As 47 various conservative pundits, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and others have lamented Kirk's passing, the inlay has also seen the likes of Vice President J.D. Vance, which a lot of people say he is the president, along with Elon Musk, who hosted the Conservatives podcast this week, lashed out at progressive billionaire George Soros and the radical left, as 47 calls them. On the Charlie Kirk show on Monday, the often hard-punching Vance was joined by White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller. The A selectively pointed the finger to such political violence at NGO networks and swore to channel all anger that we have over the organized campaign that led to this assassination. I wasn't a part of that. My audience wasn't a part of that. That was a separate event that happened at Utah Valley State University. Nobody knew that was going to happen, except for that gentleman and the Discord messages that came out and the people he talked to. Other than that, none of us knew. I went to work and came home where I am in Ohio. That was my life. A lot of people were drinking their water, minding their business, and being about their purpose. Hours before the announcements from Nexstar and ABC, FCC Chairman House Hen Carr appeared on Benny Johnson's podcast and blasted Kimmel's remark, calling it some of the sickest conduct possible. He also threatened some kind of action by the agency. There are avenues here for the FCC, so there are in some ways which I need to be a little careful because I can be called worldly to become a judge of some of these claims that come up. Carr said, frankly, when you see stuff like this, I mean, we can do this the easy way, or these companies can find ways to change conduct to take action, frankly, on Kimmel, or there's going to be some additional work for the FCC ahead. Already, as companies has been purged by the administration to purge those who attacked the deceased Kirk. Paramount-owned Comedy Central on September 11th yanked a Kirk-themed South Park episode from just a few weeks ago off its reruns. Before that, MSNBC can contributor Matthew Dowd, who was so disrespectfully fired. He should still have his job. He was asked a question. He gave an answer over his inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable comments, in the words of channel boss Rebecca Cutler, over Kirk's life and death in the hours following the powing. This was after a pre-Skydance own Paramount pink slip Stephen Colbert, his long-running late-night perch in July with the show ending next year, ambassador for apparently bending to the needs of the White House with a $60 million lawsuit payout sideline a prominent critic in Colbert. The company claimed it was a bottom line call based on the decline in revenue of linear TV. Still on until mid-2026, Colbert scored another Emmy this past weekend in a race where he was canned in July. Colbert also earned a very loud standing ovation from his peers and fellow nominees. Worth noting, that's when Colbert's fate was unveiled earlier this summer. 47 reacted online with glee and Brad. I heard Jimmy Kimmel was next. He has even less talent than Colbert. In greater context, ABC in December 2024 agreed to contribute $15 million to 47's Presidential Foundation and Museum as part of a settlement reached in 47's defamation case against the network. So basically what ended up happening is George Stephanopoulos asked a question about the SA lawsuit that the president was in against E.G. Carroll and the allegations for 47 allegedly raping E.G. Carroll in a dressing room in New York City was substantially true, according to a U.S. federal court judge. Okay? We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. And then I'm going to cut off my camera. We can chill out here. But I had to say something on this. There was no way in hell we were going to wait until tomorrow night. No. Ain't no way. The media nerd of social media waiting to speak on this? Oh, hells no. ABC pulls Jimmy Kimmel live off the air, definitely over Charlie Kirk's comments. CNBC shout out to them. Key points. Disney subsidiary ABC said was pulling the Jimmy Kimmel live show off the air, and definitely after controversial comments about its host about the LM conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Federal Communications Commission Chair House Hen Carr suggested ABC's broadcast license was at risk from Kimmel's statements about Tyler Robinson, who is accused of murdering Kirk. Nexstar Media Group, which is seeking FCC approval for a $6.2 billion merger with Tecna, said its ABC affiliates would preempt Kimmel's show because of his remarks. President 47 called ABC's action against Kimmel great news for America. ABC on Wednesday pulled the Jimmy Kimmel Live late night show off the air indefinitely after outrage over its host comments about the LN conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The announcement came hours after the head of the Federal Communications Commission suggested that the broadcast license of ABC Cesarea Disney was at risk because of Kimmel's remarks. Next, our media group, just before ABC's announcement, said that its stations affiliated with ABC will preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live for the foreseeable future, beginning with tonight's show because of Kimmel's statements. The Next Star is seeking FCC approval for its planned $6.2 billion merger with Tecna. A person familiar with Kimmel's situation told CNBC that the host is not fired. Is not fired. Okay? So he has not been fired. He has not been fired. Hey, Nikki News on Narcissism. Good to see my friend. Nikki News on Narcissism will tell you many, many times. She's been here while I went the fuck off on Lati Dati. Everybody in the words of T-Talk with your girl. I have always went off the facts. He or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. Since I can't cast it, since you can't cast it, since we can't cast it, shut the fuck up talking. There have been destinations where this channel could have been at risk, but I always gave love, grace, and space and said what needed to be said, but I stuck to the fucking damn facts. I have never called for assassination, never celebrated political violence, never called for anybody's back to be taken. Not one damn time. If anything, I am a uniter before I'm a divider, and when I'm a divider on purpose. I cause good trouble, in the words of Congressman John Lewis. I can't tell you how many black entrepreneurs we talked about on this damn show. I can't tell you how many opportunities we've given away here. I can't tell you how many times we have done deep dive lives on concepts that haven't even been talked about yet. I just talked about how BET and the Oprah Winfrey Network could both be swallowed up by sharks because of the FCC. I'm about my shit. We've got to over 800,000 views on original digital smiginal content on Black News. 2.5 billion monthly active users on YouTube, and we're at 3,244 subscribers. And let me just show you my numbers. Let me show you our numbers. Because this channel doesn't work without y'all, it doesn't work without me. We're the arc reactor over here for us. 805,759 total views. I'm about my shit. Ask about me before you send a bazooka. Because let me tell you, these last battles in this war on YouTube with me, I've been the bazooka, am the bazooka, and will always be the bazooka. God told me, put this bazooka protective armor on. I got this shit off of original digital smiginal content. Black News, super serving the audience. Okay. And this whole live tonight has been about the First Amendment. Right is right and wrong is wrong. That's it. That's all. Nikki News has been here for every single one of my tours. Miss Z has been here. It's Florian has been here. Sheila Williams has been here. Justine Bowell has been here. Everybody who knows me, they know how I roll. No. I'm just telling on myself so that way people know what we do over here. Because what's understood doesn't need to be explained, but if it needs to be explained, it's going to stand for something. So I'm just letting people know who I am. So that way we can, so that way love, grace, and space is, being put through the valley. You understand? Because like I said, I don't want anybody's bag to be taken away. I don't. And listen, here's the gag, right? Miss Z, Nikki News or Narcissism, Sheila Williams, It's Florentine, Justine Bowell, everybody who used to be over here, Alpha MC who branded us the legendary tourists. There are many people that I miss seeing them being in my live chat. But you know what though? I have no hate. I have no ill will. I don't wish hell on them. I don't. Because everybody is grown. They got the right to do what they want to do. And just because they made a decision doesn't mean that they're a bad person. If they come over here, they're still going to get a good show. I could be here with 0 people and still give a fucking damn good show. I could be over here with 1 million people, still give a good damn show, because I'm about my purpose. If numbers make or break you, you weren't shit to begin with. If numbers make or break you, you weren't shit to begin with. If numbers make or break you, you weren't shit to begin with. There's been many times over here that nobody was over here. Nobody. Still threw it down. 805,759 total views. 3,244 subscribers. 5,057 total views. Sorry, that's the total view count. 805,759 total views. 5,057 videos. On me. On me. Now, I have had Miss Denise be up here before. I've had many people up here before with me. But every tour, I started and finished it. And let me explain something to everybody too. You may have noticed I haven't put Melody Cherie, Queen of Reality TV, at the end of my thing. Let me let you know something. That has nothing to do with Melody. Nothing at all. Melody knows who I am. Y'all know who I am. But I also can stand on my own. And quite frankly, this channel has always been bigger than just talking about Melody. It's always been bigger than Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's always been bigger than just being about one thing. Always. Let me show you, actually, because we got time. I'm going to show you. Because the receipts are on this channel. Let me go to live. Right here. This live right here was the very first Braylon's virtual tour live. Miss BE/J. Hi, Braylon. I'm Barbara. Congratulations on your new channel. I have heard you on other channels as well. I enjoy your perspective. And right there, Braylon, I had to watch your first live. Truly outstanding. Been doing this shit since June 17th of 2023. And look at the topics. I was even good back then. Didn't have all my links together, but I knew something. I knew I was doing a little something rather. A new show on the horizon. Nick Cannon wants Destination Time Slot. How much to go on the trip? Twitter and the music industry not getting along. Finally, top pair and BET. Did I talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville then in Melody? No. 18 likes to 135 views. So to everybody in the bushes, I've been about my business. Always have, always will. Okay. Let's get back to it, child. I know, listen, I know Nikki News is very cutesy, very mindful, and very demure, but Nikki News and Narcissism got that gang side. That's my fucking nephew right there. I know all my internet aunties and uncles like, that's my fucking nephew right there. He's been about his shit. He is the Ghost St. Patrick of YouTube and social media. I don't call myself Mr. 501, Mr. On the Rise, the people's voice himself, the feeling cultivator, the most electrifying man in all social entertainment for no damn reason. I am who I say I am. But here's the thing, though. If you are who you say you are, you ain't got to talk about it. You just be about it. This energy is always on standby, ready, and available. I just go to the higher that's waiting for me, because higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, Nikki News on narcissism, and the rest of y'all know what I'm about to say. But either way, we got to go on tour. Shout out to the 8 people that were just here, 6 people here now. Let's get back to the news here. We are live on tour here. In case you do not know, Jimmy Kimmel has been pulled off the air indefinitely for using his First Amendment right to have an opinion. That's where we are. A person familiar with Kimmel's situation told CNBC that the host is not fired. That person said Disney brass plans to speak with the comedian about what he should say when he goes back on the air. In his opening monologue for Monday Night Show, Kimmel suggested that Tyler Robinson, the man accused of fatally powering Kirk last week at a Utah university, Utah Valley University, by the way, to give credit to where that university is, because saying Utah University is being very general, okay, that could give a lot of unnecessary hate, toxicity, and strife to any Utah university, because what we don't want to be thirsty toxicity. We don't want to be that. No. And was aligned with President 47's Make America Great Again movement. The MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them doing everything they can to score political points from it. Kimmel said, in between the finger pointing, there was grieving. He added, ABC spokesperson on Wednesday night said Jimmy Kimmel Live will be preempted indefinitely. Hours earlier, FCC Chair House Hen Carr told conservative podcaster Benny Johnson that Kimmel's comments were truly sick and that there was a strong case for action against ABC and Disney. This is a very, very serious issue right now for Disney. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, Carr said. These companies can find ways to take action on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. They have a license granted by us at the FCC that comes with an obligation to operate in the public interest, said Carr, whose agency in March told Disney and ABC that was lost in investigation of the company's diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. Like I told y'all, for that Skydance Paramount deal, that $8 billion deal to go through, Paramount had to get rid of their diversity, equity, and inclusion requirements. And now Paramount wants to buy Warner Bros. Discovery, which means that can happen again, that Warner Bros. Discovery gets rid of their diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts as well. Then I mentioned there's an open investigation of diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts at NBC Universal as well. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the motherfucking ass moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're fucking seeing in front of you. ABC's preemption of Kimmel's show is the latest dramatic example of a media figure suffering backlash from their public comments about Kirk's assassination. MSNBC fired political analyst Matthew Dowd last week after he said on air that about the Ellen that hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which lead to hateful actions. Where did he lie at? Where in the hell did he lie at? Not one damn lie, not here, there, not anywhere. Matthew Dowd, he is. Washington Post opinion columnist Karen Atta said the newspaper fired her last week after she said there was racial double standards in social media reactions to Kirk's slaying. Washington Post Karen Atta was an opinion columnist. That's what you hired her for. You hired her to be an opinion columnist. An opinion columnist, by the way, she is a black woman. Let's keep going. 47 on Wednesday, crowed about Kimmel's show being preempted, and he suggested NBC should follow suit and cancel its late night shows, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and Late Night with Seth Meyers. Well, they're both on 4 nights a week now, and Jimmy Fallon, I'm not going to say Jimmy Fallon doesn't go there, because he is sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, and that does have a place in television, because have you seen The World Today? We need that, right? And Seth Meyers has always done political commentary, but here's the thing, Mr. President, you the one who ran for the presidency. So if you didn't want all the scrutiny, you probably should not have ran. Okay. Because we didn't want you either. Just to know. You don't like us black people, minorities, indigenous people, color. You don't even like your own people who look like you to call you out. The feeling is mutual. We didn't want each other, okay? We should have never, ever got together in the first place, or ever got back together again, to use Taylor Swift's words. Hello? Hi, you the problem issue. Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. 47 wrote in a True Social post. Sir, I don't know if you know this or not, and sir is being very kind to you in the words announced the butler from the name. We're still waiting for the DNA results. ABC generated approximately $76.6 million in advertising from Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2024. Give me a moment, y'all. Trying to see something. Oh my Lord Jesus. What a wonderful change has come over me. A wonderful change has come over me. A wonderful change has come over me. Reality blurred. Now, this came out April 24th, 2006. Right here, your show, The Apprentice, good sir. The show had lost 41% of its 18 to 49-year-old audience compared to the third season, which aired last spring when the show was on. And the show has lost revenue. $87 million were spent on ads last season. Yeah, your show lost revenue, but yet, Jimmy Kimmel approximately generated for ABC $76.6 million in advertising for Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2024. You know, I just keep it a buck. I just keep it a buck. Your show lost revenue, sir. Your show lost revenue. Your show lost revenue. Moving on. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth two total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC 47 wrote. The White House rapid response on Twitter said ABC was doing their viewers a favor. Jimmy is a sick freak, the account tweeted. Wow. That's what the White House tweeted. The White House tweeted that when we have women who can't have the right to utilize the autonomy over their own bodies, we have homelessness in America, we have food banks having to do more because 47 wants to cut out food banks, free lunch programs are being cut, venture capital firms for blacks and minorities are being cut. Section 8 housing is being cut. Head Start programs are on the verge of being cut. Gerrymandering is happening so that way they can block out people from voting so they can get what they want. It's being cut. That's happening. People can't make $15 an hour because guess what? We can stay rich, but y'all can stay poor. The gag is without us, you have no economy. That's happening. We just talked about how the Former director of the Congressional Budget Office said that 47's economy is dead on arrival. And not to mention, the president cares about TikTok more than people being okay. And the White House tweeted that Jimmy is a sick freak. That's where we are with our country. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer condemned ABC's move. America is meant to be a bastion of free speech, Schumer, Democrat in New York, said. Everybody across the political spectrum should be speaking out to stop what's happening to Jimmy Kimmel. This is about protecting democracy, the senator wrote. Nexstar in his statement said it will not carry Jimmy Kimmel live indefinitely. Said the company strongly objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel condemning the illing of Charlie Kirk and replace the show for the programming in its ABC affiliate markets. Andrew Alfor, the president of Nexstar's broadcasting division, said Mr. Kimmel's comments about the death of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a time where our nation political discourse, we do not believe they reflect the spectrum of opinions, views, or values in the local communities in which we are located. Continuing to give Mr. Kimmel a broadcast platform in the communities we serve is simply not in the public interest at the current time. We have made the difficult decision to preempt his show in an effort to let cooler heads prevail as we move forward with the resumption of respectful, constructive dialogue, Alfred said. Carr, the FCC chair, wrote in a post on Twitter, I want to thank Nexstar for doing the right thing. Local broadcasters have an obligation to serve the public interest. While this may be an unprecedented decision, it's important for broadcasters to push back on Disney programming that they determine falls short of community values. I hope that other broadcasters follow Nexstar's lead, Carr wrote. In June, ABC to cut ties with Star national correspondent Terry Moran after he called 47 senior White House advisor Stephen Miller world-class haters in a social media post. Where was the lie? Last December, ABC News agreed to pay $15 million toward 47's future presidential library to settle a lawsuit by the president against the network after anchor George Stephanopoulos over Stephanopoulos' inaccurate claim in March of 2020 for that federal jury had founded the president civilly liable for raping writer E. Jean Carroll, even though the allegations for the president raping E.G. Carroll in a dressing room in New York City was substantially true, said by a U.S. federal court judge. You can find that on The Guardian. Okay. In fact, that Manhattan jury in May of 2023 found 47 liable for sexually abusing Carroll in a department store in the mid-1990s. 47 denies Carroll's claims that he attacked her. Okay. Yeah, I know. Jimmy Kimmel was set to address Charlie Kirk comments on ABC the night before Disney pulled the show. Move raises questions over his late night future. Disney's unprecedented move to indefinitely pull Jimmy Kimmel live from ABC's airways has the late night world in the country in shock. Deadline understands that ABC pulled the show from the air after Kimmel told that he would address his previous comments around Charlie Kirk during the show's opening monologue Monday. Watch those comments from Monday below. Kimmel's being taken off the air is a move that may fundamentally impact broadcast television, has led to questions whether the longtime host will ever return to late night. Kimmel films the show from the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, so the move came before he started taping what would have been tonight's show, though there were thought to be some audience members waiting outside. All this emerged after, earlier in the day, FCC Chairman House-Hen Carr said that Kimmel's comments were some of the sickest conduct possible and alluded to avenues for the FCC to investigate. On Monday, Kimmel said, "We've hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and with everything they can to score political points from it. It's nuanced for sure, but it's unclear what Kimmel said that was inflammatory. He was expected to unpack the statement on tonight's show, highlighting that he was not saying Tyler Robinson, who allegedly pal Kirk, was one of them, referring to Republicans and MAGA supporters, rather highlighting how right-wing supporters were trying to distance themselves from the alleged power who was charged with aggravated murder this week. Disney made its decision to pull the show 9 months after reaching a settlement with President 47 after he brought a defamation case against it, with many suggesting that the company capitulate to the then president-elect, and did. The company agreed to donate $15 million to 47's future Political Foundation Museum, another $1 million legal fees after ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos said that 47 had been found liable for rape, where he had only been found liable for sexual abuse. Right here, let me show you, because we don't pull anything just to pull it, okay? Right here. From The Guardian, judge says E. Jean Carroll allegation 47 raped her is substantially true in court dismissal. Judge says E. Jean Carroll allegation 47 raped her is substantially true in court dismissal. Judge says E. Jean Carroll allegation 47 raped her is substantially true in court dismissal. This is from The Guardian, okay, U.S. edition. Rolling on. Okay. Oh, Lord. It also comes after CBS axed The Late Show with Stephen Colbert days after he called his own parent company, Paramount, $60 million lawsuit settlement, a big fat bribe. Colbert will not address Kimmel's situation on The Late Show tonight as he filmed his show before this happened, but he's expected to address it Thursday. And Colbert, unlike Kimmel, is now a social media guy, so don't expect any Instagram comments. Where does this leave Kimmel? In shock, along with the rest of the media business and proponents of free speech. Kimmel has been considering leaving late night for some time and is currently contracted through the 2026 season, but today's action will likely influence any plans Kimmel had to sign the contract. Kimmel has been on ABC since January 2003 and has been a good company soldier, presenting multiple shows on the network, including Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, for which he recently won an Emmy, of course, live in front of a studio audience. Though specials with Norman Lear, and he recently said that he would not do that again because without Norman, it just doesn't make sense and it would be too emotional for him, which I understand that. As well as landmark shows such as the Oscar, he also turns up every year to the company's upfront events and other Disney shindigs, so it'll be interesting to see whether he has an appetite to return to the network. And finally, here, Jimmy Kimmel sideline, Hollywood reacts to ABC pulling talk show over Charlie Kirk comments, actual cancel culture. Following ABC's shocking decision to indefinitely pull Jimmy Kimmel live, Hollywood media personalities are calling out the network on social media, with Kimmel becoming the latest after Stephen Colbert and Matthew Dowd suffered a similar fate. Supporters are speaking out about ABC's announcement that the late night show will be preempted indefinitely following FCC's warning about Charlie Kirk's comments. President 47 wasted no time in celebrating the demise of Jimmy Kimmel Live, also putting Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers on notice. Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel's show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finding the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel had zero talent and worse ratings even than Colbert. If that's possible, that also leaves Jimmy himself two total losers. Fake news, NBC, their ratings are horrible. Do it. NBC President 47, he wrote on social. Meanwhile, overwhelming majority of social media posts called out ABC's decision as an attack on free speech, including California's Governor Gavin Newsom buying and controlling media platforms, firing commentators, canceling shows. These aren't coincidences. It's coordinated and it's dangerous, he wrote on Twitter. The GOP does not believe in free speech. They are censoring you in real time, buying, controlling media platforms, firing commentators, canceling shows. These aren't coincidences. It's coordinated and it's dangerous. The GOP does not believe in free speech. They are censoring you in real time. Alex Edelman, this is the actual cancel culture everyone claims to hate so much. This isn't right, from Ben Stiller. This is actual cancel culture everyone claims to hate so much, wrote the paper's Alex Edelman on Twitter. Wanda Sykes, knowing in an Instagram reel that she was in a face full of makeup because she was supposed to appear on the show. But as you heard by now, the Jimmy Kimmel show has been pulled definitely abruptly by complaints by the 47 administration. Let's see, he didn't end the war. He didn't end the Ukraine war, solve gospel within his first week, added Sykes, but he didn't end freedom of speech within his first year. Hey, for those of you who pray, now's the time to do it. Love you, Jimmy. Gene Smart, who appeared with Kimmel on season 4 of Hacks, wrote, I am horrified at the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel Live. What Jimmy said was free speech, not hate speech. People seem to only want to protect free speech when it suits their agenda, though I didn't agree at all with Charlie Kirk. His powering death sickened me. It should have sickened any decent human being what's happening to our country. And Gene Smart is a white woman. Let's see if the 47 administration will go after Gene Smart. Ben Stiller, who's a white man, said the road, this isn't right. Michael Keane shared a handwritten note that read, ABC, NBC, CBS, stand up, stand the fuck up. The Daily Show's Michael Costa, pointing to the First Amendment in his Instagram story, writing, "This is a serious moment. American history TV networks must push back. This is complete BS." And Michael Costa is a white man. People with privilege is seeing the bullshit. This was a scheme that 47, his administration, and House Hen Carr set up to come to us with the bullshit. Here's Wanda Sykes. Sorry, y'all. Right here. Sorry, y'all. Ben Stiller simply wrote, "This isn't right." Michael Keane shared a handwritten note that read, "ABC, NBC, CBS, stand the fuck up." Gene Smart, who appeared with Kimmel on season 4 of Hacks, wrote, "I am horrified at the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel Live. What Jimmy said was free speech, not hate speech. People seem to only want to protect free speech when it suits their agenda, though I didn't agree at all with Charlie Kirk. His powering death sickened me and should have sickened any decent human being what's happening to our country." So here's Wanda Sykes here.
Hey everybody. So I'm in a full face of makeup because I was supposed to go over and have a chat with my friend Jimmy Kimmel on his show. But as you have heard by now, the Jimmy Kimmel show has been pulled indefinitely, abruptly, because of complaints from the Trump administration. So let's see. He didn't end the Ukraine war or solve Gaza within his first week, but he did end freedom of speech within his first year. Hey, for those of you who pray, now's the time to do it. Love you, Jimmy.
Amen. Right here, Gene Smart right here. "I am horrified at the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel Live. What Jimmy said was free speech, not hate speech. People seem to only want to protect free speech when it suits their agenda, though I didn't agree at all with Charlie Kirk. His powering death sickened me and should have sickened any decent human being what's happening to our country." I don't think, yeah, it's not there. Okay. Chris Hayes, whose MSNBC colleague Dow was recently fired over comments about Kirk, also spoke up. This is the most straightforward attack on free speech I've seen from state actors I've ever seen in my life. It's not even closely wrote on Twitter. Don Lemon said in a video shown on Facebook, "They're trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sure you heard the news by now, but I've been going through the internet looking for clips to see what they're mad or upset about, and I can't find it. The one they have on there, I don't see where that's even controversial. The guy's a comedian." This is the same group of people who complained about everything is too woke. Comedians can't say anything anymore. They illing comedy. The folks who are complaining about illing comedy are illing comedy. The folks who are complaining about canceling people are canceling people. What does that tell you? That they don't believe in anything that they're saying, that they said, and they have no core. All it is if it doesn't fit their particular ideology or belief, they don't want to hear it. And that's the moment we're in now. This is a very dangerous and scary moment for America. Every corporation is instantly folding to the administration, even when it's over an utterly inoffensive joke that even the administration doesn't like, wrote Hassan Piker on Twitter. Liberals need to wake up. We all have to fight back. These wealthy assholes are going to stand up for anything beyond their bottom line. The WGA says statement, "The right to speak our minds to disagree with each other, to disturb even, is at the very heart of what it means to be a free people. It is not to be denied, not by violence, not by the abuse of governmental power, nor by acts of corporate cowardice. As a guild, we stand in opposition to anyone who uses their power and influence to silence the voices of rioters or anyone who speaks in dissent. If free speech applies to only ideas we like, we need it, have bothered to write it into the Constitution. What we have signed on to do, painful as it may be at times, is the freeing agreement to disagree. Shame on those in government who forget this founding truth. As our employers, our words have made you rich. Whoa! Signs of us impoverishes the whole world." The WGA stands with Jimmy Kimmel and his writers. They add, "The stunning dropping of Kimmel comes mere minutes after Nexstar axed its late night show on the 32 affiliates it owns out of a total of 22 stations throughout the nation. Nexstar owned and partnered television stations affiliated with the ABC television network will preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live for the foreseeable future to begin with tonight's show." Company said in a statement Wednesday, Nexstar strongly objects to comments objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the ailing of Charlie Kirk and replaced the show with other programming in ABC affiliate markets, known for its prove me wrong debates and mock PLV. Activist Kirk was powed dead unnecessarily, I might add, okay, at Utah Valley University on September 10th in a tragedy that has sent shockwaves through the political media world, having previously mocked 47 poets' take on the NFL and TikTok. Kimmel offered his blunt assessment of the aftermath of Kirk's death in his opening monologue on his September 15th show. We have hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who urged Charlie Kirk as anything as other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it, the host said. Absolutely. And by the way, Stephen A. Smith, Molly Karam had every damn right to leave ESPN. After being at company for 20 damn years, she can go over to Good Morning America. I see my own Good Morning America before your ass would ever be at GMA. And the only time you ever go over there is to promote something. Okay. That's one. Number two, you want to get into political commentary? Let me go over to Stephen A. Smith's channel right now. Because since he said, listen, I named the place and time, I'll be there. Let's see if he's live. Let's see if he's live right now. Now, he did this 4 hours ago, right? My first politics radio show on Sirius XM. Let's do this. Stephen A. You're not live right now about this because a real motherfucker would be about his shit. I suggest for you, Stephen A. Oh, let me show y'all. I'm so sorry. My bad. Right here. Let me go back. Right here. Why am I Charlie Kirk more? My first politics radio show on Sirius XM. Let's do this. Stephen A. Smith, a real one, would be live right now. You're not live about this shit. I suggest tomorrow, you know your role, you stay in your fucking place, and you drive the speed limit that you were given and don't say shit about Jimmy Kimmel. If you know what's good for you. Because this space right here, you don't have the capacity, capability, and comprehension of brain cells to form a brain to be about this shit. And he's your fucking colleague, and you won't go into late night TV? What you think about this shit? Your ass won't speak on it. I bet you that damn much. And bruh, if you're going to bring up the numbers on me, I'm not running your race. Because if we look at what I've done versus what you do on your YouTube channel, I've covered more than you will ever cover, brother. Let First Take become an entertainment, pop culture, social debate show. I would motherfucking whoop your ass mentally every fucking day from 10 to noon on ABC. Okay? That's all I got for y'all. Y'all got anything else? I'm going to turn off my camera now because we done the whole show for over a damn hour. Yes, we have. Or for over a damn hour. Yes, we have. Did I cover everything? Did I say everything that needed to be said? On a scale of 1 to 10 with your customer service review, how did you like this tour? Woo, child. Y'all know I had to come live about this one, right? Okay. 10.5. I love you. Cheryl Lawson, great. Thank you so much. So y'all listen, if you want me to drop the link, if you want to come up and give your take, I don't mind that. But listen, in this house, we respect everybody. You can have a difference of opinion, but you're going to have a difference of opinion over the facts, not over a narrative you want to push. If nobody wants to come up, you can leave your comments in the live chat. I'm going to be here for a little bit. Already done the Daily Motivator during the Love is Blind lawsuit. So if you want that, please go to that. Right now, this is y'all chance to speak. Give y'all thoughts. I know it was a lot to cover, but the way I went about this was all on the First Amendment. It was all on the First Amendment. It was all on the First Amendment. Not one damn time did I celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. Not one time. Not one time Have I ever said that the right was responsible for this or the left was responsible for this? Not one time did I say that. And not one time did I say that Next Star Media Group needs to be canceled. You can stand for something and say what needs to be said. Oh, Lord. Ooh, Lord and Lord, 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 Lord. It's just Wednesday, damn it. It's just Wednesday, damn it. It's just Wednesday. Child, listen. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. Stephen A. Smith ain't going to say shit about Braylon Lee on the Stephen A. Smith show tomorrow. I promise you he won't. He won't say it on that show nor his politics show because you know what? I don't have the numbers for him to have a conversation on me. But Stephen A., brother to brother, I've never doubted you in the world of sports. You a legend in that. But everything else, bro, you a novice. You an amateur. You a fucking baby. Okay? Baby Stephen A. Smith could do your job better than you in going into other areas. If what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to me. But if you do respond to me, it must be true to a fifth core or a half of a degree. That, brother, you not about this. Because Jimmy Kimmel's your colleague. Hell, you filled in for him on his show. Be about something, Stephen A. Because, bro, the president said that you could run for president, but let your ass slip up as the House Negro, and let's see if MAGA and his administration and him will give a fuck about your ass. Okay? All right. If you're liking the vibe over here, like, comment, share, and subscribe. These are the legendary tours in the words of legendary Alpha MC, the virtual trousers, virtual tour family. Nikki News of Narcissism has called these people her tour sisters, and Lacey W has called them her tour family. If you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit all so that way you know whenever we go live on tour, upload a video or upload a short. There's content dropping every damn day, 24/7. Basically. Child, you get deep dive lives over here. You get concepts on things that really have never been done before. You get after show reviews. You get your regular schmegular shows, and you get breaking news shows like this all the damn time. There's always something for everybody. I always say what the conversation that needs to be had on Virtual Tour Live will always be had. And Nikki News or Narcissism will tell you. Everything that needs to be covered always comes to my doorstep, comes to our doorstep in due time. For those of you who are new, this is our car. That's our car, ladies and gentlemen. That is our car there. There's our car there. Thank you to Sherry Lawson. Yes, indeed, always. And Nikki News, sometimes it comes to us whether we want to talk about it or not. Oh, Lord. But we always get to the end of every tour with some love, grace, and space. We really, really do. Cheryl Lawson, thank you for being here. Glad to have you here. Braylon, I remember the car when I was a video of you driving. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my friend. I do remember that as well. Nikki News or Narcissism, thank you for being here. Cheryl Lawson, thank you for being here. Miss Z, thank you for being here as well. Let's see here. Did I do Miss Z? All right. Yeah, Miss Z, thank you for being here as well. It's Florentin, thank you for being here as well. Sheila Williams, thank you for being here as well. And Justine Bow, thank you for being here as well. Woo! Child. So, you're probably wondering, Bray, do you have a daily motivator? Like I said, I already did the daily motivator during the Love is Blind lawsuit, but of course I will have a daily motivator for you utilizing this title. Because I believe after this, we need a daily motivator. Don't you agree? We need something. Good Lord Jesus. What a live. What a tour. What a show. With that being said, let me come on camera here. You know, tonight's title, I think is probably one of the most pivotal titles I think I've ever done in my YouTube career. I've been here for 3 years, live streaming and creating content in general. How, Sway, how free are we with speech? To the individual, we are as free as we want to be. But through the world of society, we're not that free. That's the answer to the question, right? Now, you're probably wondering, what is my second and third point? The second point is, regardless of who, what, when, where, why, how, and everything in between, we need media. Can you imagine if it was only state-run media during COVID and how many people would have died? Can you imagine all the hurricanes that have happened and no warnings been out? All the mass powings that have happened. Any news about benefits being cut for people and everything in between. Sometimes the news is not always sunshine and rainbows, to use the words Rocky, but we do need the media to know the rain and lightning that's coming our way. That's your second point. The third point is this. Regardless if I ever cut on my microphone and camera, or whether Good Morning America does it, media is going to stay. And you know what the gag is? Everybody on that side, including WDW Pro, if they don't like mainstream media, YouTube is bar mainstream media. If you don't like it, you should delete your channel. But you won't do that. Because, right, here's the gag. You would rather culturally appropriate mainstream media so you can have a voice rather than culturally appreciate media and be responsible for what the fuck you say, do, and how you move. I'm going to say that 2 more times. WDW Pro and everybody who was getting upset about Charlie Kirk passing away through a powering that should have never happened, they would rather culturally appropriate YouTube to have a platform rather than culturally appreciate the platform and be about something. WDW Pro, everybody who's upset about Charlie Kirk would rather culturally appropriate YouTube, even though they don't like mainstream media, and YouTube is a bar mainstream media, rather than culturally appreciate mainstream media and be about something. You cannot have a platform on mainstream media, but yet down it, and yet want the bag from it. Am I making sense to y'all? And like I said, I wish WDW Pro well. I wish everybody who has an opinion on Charlie Kirk well. But if you really are about your business, as you are telling your narrative, don't negate the facts either. That's it. That's it. That's it. So did I do a good daily motivator, or did I not do a good daily motivator? Back off camera. Whew, my Lord. Well, I think what's understood doesn't need to be explained. But if it needs to be explained, it's going to stand for something. So Nikki News, Sherry Lawson, everybody, have all thoughts been said? All hearts and minds are clear? Anything else before I end this thing? Because child was about to be disseminated through shorts. Ooh, Lordy. I don't know if YouTube is ready for these shorts here. Because my Lord. With that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be. You know what? Let me do this on camera, because y'all need to see my face with this. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself? It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I spend time with you. You spend time with me. Hopefully, by spending time together, we'll rise to be great together. And always remember, whether you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're utilizing the First Amendment to say what needs to be said, but also allowing the facts to rise. Make sure the replay is not just for you watch it, not just for if you listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, receive love you gotta give it, receive love you gotta give it, receive love you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you've overcome, wherever successes you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your fucking damn self. And finally, y'all, you know what's gonna happen tomorrow? WDW Pro. All those people that are upset about Charlie Kirk, they will still have their YouTube channels. They will not delete their channels off of this mainstream platform. The president and his administration, House and Carr, will still be going on Fox News tomorrow, which Fox News is a part of the mainstream media. So what am I saying here? The people that have the white desk, the white proxy, and white imagination to say people are doing too damn much on platforms that are allowing this, they're still going to be utilizing it tomorrow. Now, clock that thirsty toxicity. But don't be thirsty toxicity either. Be bold about the love you have to give, and be boldly in love to receive it too. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as culture. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Good night. And that's how you do a motherfucking damn ass show. Bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you, and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success, and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you, and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.